Hey Ridgecrest students, we hope you had a great time at your connection groups this past Sunday, but in case you missed it, here's a brief recap of what you missed. So we're going to be talking about Jesus' transfiguration in Matthew chapter 17, verses 1 through 13. So the main point for this lesson is one day Jesus' full glory will be displayed for all to see. This main point ties directly into our scripture that we're going to be reading today. So let's go ahead and jump into Matthew chapter 17, verse 1. It says, "And after 6 days, Jesus took with him Peter and James and John, his brother, and led them up to a high mountain by themselves. And he was transfigured before them, and his face shone like the sun, and his clothes became white as light. And behold, there appeared to them Moses and Elijah talking with him. And Peter said to Jesus, 'Lord, it is good that we are here. If you wish, I will make 3 tents here, one for you, and one for Moses, and one for Elijah.' He was still speaking when, behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them, and a voice from the cloud said, 'This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased. Listen to him.' When the disciples heard this, they fell on their faces and were terrified. But Jesus came and touched them, saying, 'Rise and have no fear.' And when they lifted up their eyes, they saw no one but Jesus only. And as they were coming down the mountain, Jesus commanded them, 'Tell no one of the vision until the Son of Man is raised from the dead.' And the disciples asked him, 'Then why do the scribes say that the first Elijah must come?' We answered, 'Elijah does come, and he will restore all things. But I tell you that Elijah has already come, and they did not recognize him. But they did to him whatever they pleased. So also the Son of Man will certainly suffer at their hands.' Then the disciples understood that he was speaking to them of John the Baptist." So let's go ahead and break down these verses, and let's start in verse 2. In the beginning of verse 2, it says that Jesus was transfigured. So what does it mean to be transfigured? To transfigure means to transform into something more beautiful or elevated. Basically, Jesus took Peter, James, and John up on a high mountain to witness his transfiguration and witness the Son of God becoming more beautiful and to resemble his Father in heaven. And because God is elevated, so we should elevate ourselves to look more like him. As we think about this transfiguration, it's a glimpse of what is to come as believers, when one day Jesus will return shining like the sun coming from the clouds. One parallel we can bring from this comes from verse 9, when Jesus tells the men they cannot tell of the vision until Jesus is raised from the dead. Elijah then wonders, if we can't talk about this, why did it happen? Elijah basically is taking control of this situation and taking control of the miracle that he witnessed, and he wants to spread the good news of this miracle to everyone he comes in contact with. But the thing is, Jesus said the time is not yet ready. You cannot tell people yet. Wait on my timing. Trust my plan and my timing. And we can also see this in our personal lives. So I'll close with this question. What in your own life have you taken control from God? Is it a relationship, a decision about your future? What situation have you taken control of? And we need to let go of those needs of control and need for having control in those situations. And we need to let God work and make that situation more beautiful so we can look more like him. So what situation do you need to let go of and let God work in the best?